Hello and welcome to the lecture of Longinus. So let's study about first of all Longinus. So Longinus, also called as Dionysius Longinus or Pseudo-Longinus, is the author of On the Sublime. Okay, one of the greatest seminal works of literary criticism. So it is one of the greatest work, and his criticism has been contained in the work On the Sublime. And he was named as the first romantic critic by R.A. Scott James. Okay, so it was R.A. Scott James who said Longinus to be the first romantic critic. Okay, so now Longinus was the first important critic of the Christian era, and he was very much quite different from Plato and Aristotle. Okay, why? Because Plato and Longinus was critical essay on the sublime acclaims imagination, passion. Okay, it actually acclaims imagination. Okay, so our writing should have imagination. A writer should be passionate about writing. It should be having high concept. It should not cover some low concept, some low subject matter. It should be of high subject matter. It should be eloquent, written in eloquent style, means it should be very much attractive. Okay, so the writing should have a great expression, and it should have an elevated diction. Okay, that eloquent style means that again it should be having the great expression and great diction also, like it should be written in a very refined language. Okay, and he finds that these are the basic source for making the writing, okay, writing elevated. So Aristotle and Plato believe that imitation will work, but he believed that these things will transform a writing to be a sublime writing. And what do you mean by sublimity? He meant sublimity, that if a writing has a quality to be kind of great interest in all the ages, it is unaffected by time. Okay, so if the writing is unaffected by time, like it is for all ages, so that writing is actually a sublime writing. Next, his essay on the sublime, basically it is an epistolary work. Epistolary work means it is written in the form of letters. Okay, now he was conversant in Greek, Latin and Hebrew. So Longinus quote from Genesis, introducing the critical discussion on the new and different tradition. Okay, so basically Longinus is also the first critic to define literary classic and attach the importance to single element in the text. Okay, so he was not actually interested in tragedy, epic or natural history of literature, but in a single element, a phrase, a passage in the text which gives pleasure and is the source of sublime. Okay, so he was not concerned throughout the poetry, but one point in a poetry should be such that it actually makes the writing sublime. All right, now as defined by Longinus, the sublime consists of a certain distinct and excellence in expression. Okay, so what is so it should be, the expression should be excellent, that it brings the sublimity, and that it is from no other source than this, that the greatest poets and writers have derived their eminence and gained immortality or renown. So he was against the classics. Okay, so like other writers used to take that class, like one should follow classical writings, one should follow classical writers to gain imagination, and if you don't have any idea, just reaffirm the ideas which I've already stated by classical writers. But Longinus was against it. Okay, why? Because he didn't consider it to be noble for the writers to actually copy something. For him, sublimity can only be achieved when it is away from that kind of notions. Okay, when it is something, when you just write about something which is not copied, which is not taken, or with the idea you are not reaffirming, it should be a novel or a fresh idea, then only you can be able to achieve sublimity. He also have given the theory of transportation. Now what does the theory of transportation say? That when the writer has an ability to transform the reader's world to the writer's world. Okay, so writers basically write about something which is going on in his circumstances, which is going on in his life, right? But when he was able to transport the reader, the reader is living in his own world, and when you actually can draw the reader towards your thoughts, okay, the way you have imagined things and have jotted it down, if you can make that reader also imagine the same things the way you have imagined, then it is called a theory of transportation. You are able to draw a reader from his world to your world. Okay, so that is a theory of transportation. So according to Longinus, if a writer is able to transport the reader's world to the writer's world, then that writer is said to be